live here in a second too on X and on YouTube. Let's go, fam. This is Web3 Women Wednesday. Very, very excited for today. Do one more song, fam. We'll get started. I know you guys have been grooving out. Happy Wednesday. You guys are just joining us. Make sure you got some coffee. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be great. Right, Stella? Stella agrees. It's going to be great. Just like this song. Let's go.
I'll put my pride to the side just to tell you how good you make me feel inside. There's not a single question that we can make it right. 'Cause with you, I need everything and I oh, baby, bring it on to me. Bring it on. Give me the sign of love, your space, your energy. Oh, baby, bring it on to me. Yeah. Don't let me go, oh, baby, bring it on to me. Bring it on, bring it on. Give me the sign of love, your space, your energy. Oh, baby, bring it on to me. Sign of love, your space, your energy.
Welcome, fam. If you're just joining us, those last three songs. Let's see, what's the artist's name? I've been really grooving out to his music recently. It's called DJ Houseplants. DJ Houseplants. So that was Your Energy, Lovin' Ain't the Same, Like You're Gonna Stay were the last three songs, all by DJ Houseplants. Check him out, fam. He's pretty cool. I'll have to invite him maybe to Music Mondays and interview him or something, profile him. That'd be pretty dope. Onboard him to Web3, fam. That would be amazing. So awesome, guys. Welcome to joining us. This is our Web3 Women Wednesday space where we profile amazing women in Web3 doing amazing work. And we kind of break down their life's story into crypto, see how they got onboarded themselves into Web 2 to Web 3, and then also how they have managed to build a community around them that supports them as artists, as engineers, as builders, as designers. You can name it, fam. You can do it, So mindset is everything. I see you guys over on the live stream as well. Thank you so much for showing up. Yeah, I'm trying to put a little bit more effort in today, fam. So if you're just seeing this on the live stream, I do have my ring light set up as well. I've got Stella here right on my lap, even though she's not really paying much attention to the live stream itself. She's busy, I think, looking at birds. There's a lot of different birds up here, up in the mountains, fam. And she is just super, super excited about all the different types of birds that keep hopping around. And oh, fam, I'm actually not to get too sad, but before my trip, I picked up this kitty cam, basically a GoPro. That's a collar though. You put it on your cat or your dog, and then you can kind of watch what they experience through their perspective, right? So yeah, it's just a little GoPro you put on their collar. So anyway, I did that this morning with Stell. I don't know what I got yet. I'm still trying to figure out if it recorded or what, fam, but I'm pretty excited if it did record, because that content, oh my gosh, she was so excited when she was like in the prone position. And it's like, you think about it, she's like a mini version of like a massive lion or a panther, right? Or a leopard or whatever, so she's got the same reaction time, the same like proud, the same like little just hiding behind things and just like getting ready to pounce, that look before they pounce. It's priceless, fam. But anyway, trying different things. The live stream, hopefully you guys can see we're on X and also on YouTube. That's right, fam. It's a beautiful day here up in Colorado, actually. I was a bit gray this morning, did a quick 7-mile easy run. I like to update everyone on my physical and mental health. Accountability is important. And, full transparency, I'm a big believer in following founders who are active, right? Not just active on social media, but also active in their day-to-day lives, in their IRL life. So anyway, fam, I'm training for this Pikes Peak Marathon up in Colorado. It's the hardest marathon in the U.S. And I literally did 17 miles yesterday, and then today was 7 miles. So as you can imagine, fam, I'm hurting a little bit. I'm still here, fam. It's definitely takes a toll, not only on your physical health, but also your mental health and actually your emotional health. I think about a few days ago, I had this crazy idea to do some training in the rain, and instead of bringing my rain jacket, I bring my windbreaker, which, if any of you know windbreakers, they're not waterproof, fam. They're not waterproof. So the entire time I was completely drenched, running, plowing through the rain, trying to get over it. I actually completed, I think, about 10 or 11 miles that day or that evening. Oh, that's right. It was about 10 miles because it was in the evening. That's right. I remember. I hate evening runs, fam. If I'm being real honest, if I exercise, which, I do on a daily basis now, especially, training for this big marathon, I want to do it in the mornings, right? Like that's when you're freshest. That's when you've had a good night's sleep, which I actually did have a good night's sleep, right, Stell? Stell, why are you blocking the camera, Stell? The people, they're not going to be able to see my face. My ridiculously good look. Okay, cool. Anyway, we're back, fam, over on the live stream. If you're just joining us, really appreciate you being here. Sorry about the little black cat that keeps to be jumping back and forth. She is just super excited to be here, and she's very enthusiastic to be on camera and to be a little star kitty. She'll probably be the next Sabrina, little witch kitty. Who knows, fam? But it's so nice to be able to be here with you guys and being here with my lovely guests as well. And oh my gosh, I think my co-host showed up. Oh, I'm excited. I'll invite you, co-host, and then we can finally get started, fam. No, right before we do get started, I'm just playing, fam. It's a great day. It's a great day in Colorado, guys. If you guys haven't touched grass yet, and done some type of walking or just going outside for a little bit, what do they call that? I think grounding, right? When you first wake up in the morning, you're supposed to drink a glass of water, then walk outside and touch your grass, and with your bare feet, and like ground yourself, for at least 10 minutes. I don't know if you guys heard of this, but it's supposed to make you feel like you're more part of something bigger than just yourself, right? Like that whole meaning, the purpose behind why you do what you do, and it reinforces that, right? Grounding. I feel like there's also some scientific thing as well, which I can't think of at the moment, but I do want to welcome my co-host Shiny to the stage. Shiny, how's it going, fam? GM, happy Wednesday. Hope you're feeling better, fam. How's life?
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. GM Crypto Farm Radio. Sorry for coming late. I explained
No excuses.
why
Fam.
I'm not
No excuses.
like I'm not feeling.
No excuses.
It's even affecting my mind. Yeah.
Are you feeling better? I know you're still a bit under the weather, so are you? Sounds like you're still sick.
I'm still like God of mercy. I'm just addicted to Twitter. I'm supposed to run away from Twitter, but no, I'm addicted already. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
So, hi Zone Tech, happy to have you here today, my queen GM to you. Hi MTD, hi Nalan, hi Didi, Christ Political. Let us share this out and yeah, let's get it started. We have an amazing guest with us today, so I'm so bullish and I can't wait to hear more. I know you'll be so surprised. Everybody will be so surprised because she's an amazing woman in this space. Yeah, so shout out to you. And then let me pass the mic back to Crypto Farm Radio before the show starts.
Thank you so much, Shiny. Appreciate it. And yeah, if you're just joining us, this is our Web3 Women Wednesday space. Special guest, we got Zone Tech up here and on the stage. Before we get to her, I just want to direct you guys to the live space schedule we have every single week. Our next space is going to be Tricky's space, Tricky Take 2. That's on Thursdays at 5 p.m. EST. Make sure you guys save your space reminders for that as well. And then we have our epic Chill and Chill Catterday space. That's right, fam. On Saturday. But it's called Catterday because cats are cool. We know this, right, Nala NFTs? All right. So, Catterday space, and we actually have that sponsored by the amazing Nico ETH project. So if you haven't checked out Nico ETH, they actually onboarded to Crypto Fam Radio recently. Big shout out actually to Nico ETH. He's our newly paid sponsor. We're getting more paid sponsors every day, and it's just a huge blessing that I'm able to do this full time with the support of the community around me. So definitely big shout out to Nico ETH. And he absolutely loved co-hosting with me last Saturday. If you missed it, he actually said he felt like he was on radio. It was like a radio show to him, an actual radio show, which I thought was actually really cool. So it's nice to get feedback like that, fam. Our Saturday spaces, I'm sure you've been to other chill and chill spaces, but ours is a little bit different. It's a little more cat themed, I would say. But even if you're not a cat project, we still welcome you. we will just, convert you to other cat projects, of course. So, fam, it is what it is. Welcome to the stage, Zone Tech. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. How's it going, fam? GM. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys can hear me. Good morning. Good morning.
Whoa.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
I'm muting myself. What's
Um,
up? How's it going, fam? How's your day going? Tell us a little bit about your morning, How's it been going so far?
yeah, really good morning. Very productive. I'm at work. But I stepped away because I wanted just to share my story and really share my journey within the Web3 space. So it's been good. Had some tea earlier, had some breakfast, and yeah, just listening in. I noticed that you have a cat named Stella. That is so cool. I actually used to have two twin cats, and their names were Stella and Luna, and their birthday actually just passed August 22nd. Yeah. So that's so cool, the synchronicity within that reality. Yeah.
That's amazing, Zone Tech. Actually, you know what? Quick story. I actually had another cat, and her name was Luna. I know. I know.
Wow. No, now I have to.
Seriously. It was definitely fate for sure. And guess where Luna is at right now? She is with her
Where?
person, my ex. Yeah, that's right, fam. We had two cats at one time. We separated back in 2020.
Yeah.
I took one cat. She took the other. Beautiful long-haired Siamese with these really beautiful blue
Beautiful.
eyes. Yes, her name is Luna. And Luna, as far as I know, is still doing well. We do checkups, every 6 to 8 months. It's more of like checking
Yeah.
up on the cats. Oh, how's Luna doing? We send each other photos of our cats, right? We're like, oh, the fur baby's doing well, and no updates. Oh, we had to take her into surgery, so like, just went to the vet,
Yeah.
small things like that. But yeah, isn't that insane? Stella and Luna. I feel like those are definitely good twin names for sure. So very
Seriously. I'm
cool.
actually going to post up a photo of them just so you guys can see. But yeah, they were literally like we had them at I shared them with my sisters. We had them at 6 weeks old,
Mhm.
and then I ended up traveling, so I had to give up my rights. But I love I love those kittens, those cats to death. So that's so cool. That's really cool.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Zone Tech. I appreciate it. We've got Nala NFT up here in the speaker panel. What's up, Nala? GM. Happy Wednesday.
GM, man. Nothing much going on over here. I worked the whole weekend, so I had yesterday off, today off, and tomorrow off. They're giving me a little bit of a break, but yeah, day's going well. I just woke up like 2 hours ago. I was awoken very rudely out of my sleep by kittens, but that's okay. They're so cute. You can't stay mad at them, you know. 6 cats in the house. You kind of got to expect one of them's gonna wake you up at some point.
Yes, Nala NFT. That is for sure. I wouldn't know, though. I just have one black magical cat who sometimes listens, but not always. But it's okay. She doesn't have to listen. She's a cat. She can do what she wants. But anyway, fam, appreciate Shiny for co-hosting with me for the Web3 Women Wednesday space. That's right, fam. We're bringing it back. We're gonna try to be a little more consistent with this space, showing up every single Wednesday. I know we took a break a few Wednesdays ago, but it's okay. I think consistency is key. And once we make this a staple space, once we try to get it sponsored with another project potentially too, that would be also really, really great. And when I talk about sponsorship, that's right, fam. If you're a project that, loves doing giveaways, we'll promote your giveaways on our spaces, similar to what we did at the Catterday spaces with coins. We're doing the same thing with Nico on ETH. So he's the giveaway sponsor for that space, and so we shout him out, and in response, he does some giveaways of Nico, and he literally gives away free money, fam. It's really cool, actually. You should definitely check it out. But I absolutely love partnerships like that, because from that we can grow and foster other communities and cultivate more of a teamwork spirit, right, so to speak. I love, teamwork is the dream work, that's for sure. But anyway, I want to get back to this interview, Zone Tech. Sorry about it. Why don't you introduce yourself again? Tell us a little bit about how you got started with your art, because it looks like you're quite the creative. So I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to let you take the reins, and you're more than happy to pin anything on the top you'd like, or in comments, or but thank you so much for being here again. And if you guys haven't liked and retweeted the space and tagged a few friends, please do that. And then also join the live stream as well. You may or may not see Stella roaming around with the little kitty cam on her, but thank you so much again, fam. Oh, and then Shiny, go for it.
Thank you very much, Zone Tech, for coming. Yeah. If you haven't retweeted this place, please do so. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Zone Tech, I want to ask some questions. I know you are an amazing photographer and a digital art. I want to ask, is this something that you learn, or was it a talent? And then if it is you learn, if it is a talent, how did you discover your talent?
Yeah, thank you so much, Shiny. Thank you again for inviting me on this space. My name is Zoni, and Zone Tech came about because of my love for architectural photography. I actually started photographing buildings, I'd say back in 2015. I realized that it was a true passion of mine once I started to actually travel around the world. So the first place that I got the opportunity to travel was Paris, and just walking around and seeing the architecture and seeing how the buildings were and the designs, I knew, like, okay, I want to actually take this further. From that, or before that, I was doing fashion design. So I started off, which is so ironic because usually when I tell people they um they would have never known me to necessarily get into architectural photography, but I started off as a fashion designer. I went to school for it. I went to the Art Institute of California, Los Angeles, and I soon realized that I wanted to get into marketing because marketing was an easier way to, one, find a job, two, to pay back my student loans, and then three, just an opportunity to expand my knowledge and my reach in different sectors. So from that, I ended up coming to New York, got a job, 9 to 5 blue collar job, and the first job that I've ever worked was Movets. It was a golf apparel company. It basically golf apparel, more on the higher end, and I realized that because I was working as a designer, a lot of my work was technically like taken because I signed a contract and technically I had no rights. So I wanted to focus on different ways that I can basically protect myself as an artist, because when you're coming into these spaces and you're coming into these big companies, sometimes it could get really intimidating, and you think, oh well, if I join this company, like eventually I'll be seen or showcased, and my work will be recognized. But you soon start to realize that your work doesn't it's seen, but your name isn't attached. So because of that, I just picked up a camera and I really just started photographing different buildings. And from Paris, that led to Spain. I traveled throughout Spain, and I got the support from my 9 to 5 at the time. I was an executive assistant for several years. Now I am an assistant project manager, and that could be daunting sometimes because of the workload. But I try my hardest to focus and put enough attention on my architectural photography because I really enjoy just being able to create and design and just really sit in that process of photographing a building, taking a step back, admiring it, and then really coming up with like a really cool way and concept to create a visual art piece out of it. So because of that, that's what really found my love for architectural photography. And I actually got into the Web3 space. I'm a lot later than a lot of people. I know a lot of people have joined this space like back in 2011. I actually joined this space back in 2021. I was actually a part of a really cool project by Justin Aversano. It's one of the highest grossing NFT projects in the world. I was a twin flame number 9. And then I ended up also collaborating and doing smoke and mirrors. And that was a really cool process because I was able to see him as a photographer take his work and then get so many people to view, love, and really spread and showcase his work. He did 100 sets of twins. Now I'm not a twin. However, I have a sister. We literally look alike, and we're like close in age. So from that experience, I realized like, okay, Web3 is the way to go, especially with showcasing your art and just really showing all the capabilities of what you can do with art itself. I see you have your hand up, Shiny. I don't want to like keep talking if you have any questions too.
Shiny, are you there?
Sorry.
Shiny, are you there?
Yeah, that's Twitter doing since my hands off. I was actually sorry. I was in Zone Tech presentation, and that's really amazing. I must say, I totally love that. I swear. And shout out to you. Uh, um, yeah. Sorry, God have mercy. So now let me have my second question. Um. Okay, so I do notice like you travel around and you list on various like blockchains. So are you looking to like collaborate with the community, or what is the long run vision in the crypto world with your hat? Especially the embroidery hat, like I see your hat is kind of like embroidery. So what do you look for in the long run from crypto?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to create a community as well as collaborate with different communities. When I look at art, art is such a beautiful way to express your emotion, to express your vision, to express things that you are seeing. I've been so lucky enough to just be able to have even moments with you and other people in terms of like spreading my art, putting myself out there, because there was a point in time where I was very shy. So I would get in spaces and I wouldn't necessarily speak, but I would just listen around and get as much information as possible because I'm still learning. And I think that's also the beauty of Web3. There's so many, or there's so much technology and innovation. And sometimes it's important to just kind of take a step back and just like listen and just really admire some of the people in the spaces that are really doing some incredible things. But definitely long term, I am looking to create a community. I'm actually in the process of connecting with different architects. So prior to coming here, I actually stayed or lived in Egypt for 5 months, and then I was in Dubai. I was literally in Dubai little less than a week ago, and I just came back because of my visa. And even with that process of just like meeting different people, talking to different curators, talking to different art galleries and museums and stuff like that, I realized like I really want to make this bigger than just Web3, than just NFTs. Like I really want to see my work in art galleries and just different spaces where I can showcase building art and having the concept of looking at a building or just looking at any object honestly and seeing how you can geometrically create something really cool and fascinating. I've seen so many different unique and beautiful ways to create art, whether it's through watercolor or painting or drawing or sketching or photography, or even music. So there's so many different ways to really expand and to really tell your story. And essentially that's how I came up with the concept of Zone Tech. Zone being my name, Zoni, and then tech being my love and passion for architecture. So currently right now, I have a few upcoming projects with a few different people. I am in South Florida, so I've been actually in connections and speaking back and forth on LinkedIn, on X, Telegram, and in WhatsApp with different architects. Also, too, I have because of the company that I'm working for, they have direct access to interior designers, to architects, to different construction companies. So even utilizing that to get my art out there, and again, like I said, to get it beyond the NFT, getting an actual print. So honestly, that's really the goal, is to have my artwork hung around these different buildings that I photograph and just seeing where that takes off. So I hope that answers your question.
Shiny. Okay, maybe Shiny's done asking questions.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Well, we can always come back to your questions too, Shiny. I'm going to sneak a question in there real quick. Awesome. If you guys are just joining us, make sure you're retweeting the space. Zone Tech, I'd love to hear more about why XRP. Why did you start with that network? And yeah, why did you start with that one? And would you consider jumping over to other different chains as well? Or are you pretty happy with XRP?
Yeah, so you know what's so crazy? So I started, like I said, back in 2021, and I actually was on Ethereum. Now this is before I started really manipulating and just like becoming a lot more creative with my photography. I put it up as like raw photography images, obviously with like editing, but it wasn't going anywhere. And I started with Ethereum, yeah, and then I came over to XRP. Now I've always had XRP. I've actually been collecting XRP since 2021. Ethereum as well, all of these different blockchains. But I feel like with XRP, especially with the utility aspect behind it, and with Ripple being in Dubai and just seeing all of these different innovative ways that they've come up with their token, I just looked at that and I was like, okay, this can be a perfect opportunity. And from that, I've made so many different connections. I've sold so many different art pieces. I'm actually in the process of minting out one of my collections that I have up, which is Origami Nexus. I photographed a building in Dubai. It's called Raffles Dubai. It's a hotel, and I photographed it back in 2023. I ended up coming up with a concept, and I created an origami collection out of it, and it's literally almost minted out. It's one more piece, and then it completely minted out. So XRP honestly is like the catapult of my success when it comes to being in the NFT space, and also having the confidence to really speak about my projects and speaking about building art. Now I am in the process of putting some work on Solana. I also have, I'm in the process of launch my NFT, I believe, Ton, and I do have work that's active, my Beijing Reverberations project. Basically, all of the architecture that I've captured in Beijing and Hong Kong is going to be exclusively on Foundation. So each different blockchain that I start to basically put my artwork on is going to be exclusive for those particular blockchains. This way, it has a certain type of exclusivity, and each blockchain can have a representation of that, like a part of Zone Tech. So I definitely plan on expanding, and also too with expansion, the beautiful thing is you never know who you are going to run into, who you might inspire, and also too just building the network, honestly. And I love collaborating with people. I collaborate with people all the time. Actually, my PFP that I have currently is by a designer. His name is Sax. He's very big in the XRP space. And we actually collaborated on a project where I did a background for him. I basically captured a Parisian building and manipulated and created a backdrop, and we ended up selling it, I believe, for 10 XRP. It was sold out, and that, again, just collaborating with him or collaborating with Zamora, which is another pretty cool eclectic artist, digital artist in the space. And just, Sax is in the, thank you, hey Sax, how are you? He's in the audience below. But yeah, just always collaborating with different people and just really finding ways to challenge myself. So yeah, and I have so many other collaborations. I can't really speak right now on it because I'm in the process of dropping. But just being able to, like I said, and I'm always open to collaborating with different people. Like I said before, I just find it to be a very beautiful way to not only show your artwork, but also to expand your reach.
Awesome. Stella agrees, by the way. She just me out at Zone Tech. So I would
I love
love
that.
to I would love to hear. So do you go to crypto events at all? Like, are you showcasing your art like IRL? I know Art Basel is kind of a thing every year in Miami in December. I actually went there for the first time last year and connect with a lot of crypto people during that time. It's not like a crypto specific event, but it's kind of a mix of crypto and art, which I feel like, that's kind of up your alley. But besides that, I know there's another crypto event in November as well. But I'm just curious if you've been to past crypto events. How did those make you feel? And then how in the future are you going to incorporate or promote your art within crypto, whether it be events or, IRL? Or do you feel like online's better for that? I'd just like to hear, I guess, a little more about how you're doing your promotion, how you're getting your brand out there, So thank you so much again.
Yeah, definitely. I've actually been to a few different crypto events. I wish I would have seen you last year. I was actually at Art Basel. Um, but
Oh,
this is
no way.
beautiful
That's
because
awesome.
yeah,
I may
so
have, and I just didn't recognize you.
yeah, so I plan on definitely going this year. I'm currently in Miami, so I plan on doing that. I've been to NYC NFT, and I've tried to go to like little smaller kind of groups like of different NFT crypto events, but I'm actually starting to gear myself up and like go to a lot more. This is another reason why to because I was traveling so much, like now, like I realize I just want to be in a stable spot and like really build. So for me, South Florida is the best decision. So for me, what I'm doing now is I'm actually reaching out to these different galleries or reaching out to these different crypto events. And I realized too, a lot of these artists that are showcased, they're actually backed by galleries who then have like a direct line to like Art Basel or some of these really huge events. Yeah. During my research and just like asking around, I reached out to Eden Gallery. They're located on South Miami Beach, and a very exclusive fine art gallery. And they only deal with international artists. They don't necessarily deal with like US based artists. It just depends on the scope, and it obviously depends on the work. But when I was speaking to one of the representatives there, just trying to figure out how can I submit my portfolio, what are the steps to become more of an established artist beyond the digital space. He was explaining to me being backed by a notable gallery is an easier way, because then we can set up the booth, and there's just certain credentials and accolades. So that's why I was saying, like, now, especially with my art, and really the vision of what I'm focusing on, I'm starting to reach out to these different curators, reach out to these different galleries, museums, and so forth, and really continue to build my portfolio and go to these different spaces. Because being in these different groups, I highly recommend anyone who is new to Web3. I definitely would champion. It is important to go to these different spaces, because you get to connect with real people, and like beyond the internet. The internet is great, don't get me wrong, but I'm such a personable person. Like, I really like talking to people. I really like feeling the energy. I just love seeing their style, like, just like how they are. And being online can be a little challenging, because you deal with a lot of bots, you deal with a lot of scammers. So you have to basically protect yourself, because you just never know. So I highly, highly recommend. And I'm going to send you a couple of events that I'm going to be attending around basically Art Basel in Florida. If you are in this area, I actually posted on my page, but I'll send it to you. I'll send you a DM. And even like spaces like that, you just never know. Lastly, when I was in Dubai, I had went to a crypto event, and I was speaking to these two different, I'd probably say like maxis. Like, they were, one of them was a Bitcoin maxi, very bullish on Bitcoin in terms of you have to invest and this is incredible and this, that, and a third. But they were both millionaires, and they were telling me about Tan, how Tan has, is sort of like the new way of like WeChat. So I don't know if you ever heard of WeChat, but it's very popular in China. It's basically an all-in-one app, very similar to Kareem. It's an all-in-one app where you get to talk about art, you get to talk the food, restaurants, you get to order a car, like you get to talk to different people. So the cool thing about Ton is you get to put up GIFs, you get to add stickers, you get to talk to different people across different communities. So using and the beautiful thing is that they're using Telegram. So someone coming in again as a newer artist or just looking to expand their reach, I highly recommend jumping on Telegram, because you meet so many different people through there as well, and you find out so many different cool events, so many cool different websites and different apps to actually join and have a showcase your artwork in ways that can be so innovative and so different from the Web2 platform, platform. So, it's kind of like I've been a sponge. Like, I always like I always like kind of look at myself as a student, because when you are constantly learning, you are looking for ways to grow. And for me, I'm like a sponge. Like, I love being able to learn, apply it, put other people on, and really get people just as much into Web3 as much as possible, because of the freedom behind it. But I definitely recommend, yes, it's good to have an online presence, but it's also good to have a physical presence, because you're able to actually be in front of people, and people love personality. They love to see like how you are, and that's what makes you memorable.
Absolutely right, Zone Tech. Definitely appreciate your transparency and appreciate the thorough answer as well. I see we do have a new speaker here, Jennifer. What's going on, Jennifer? Welcome to the stage. How's it going?
Hello, guys. Good evening, good evening. I just see the title of the space Web3 Women Wednesday, and I say, how can I miss it when I am also a Web3 woman? Like it's always so inspiring to see the ladies, like these amazing ladies, doing a lot of efforts in Web3, making this place like we are like doing the stuff together with you, with mans, and like showing ourselves and like telling the people that, of course, like we are also into and telling the people that yes we are also in the technology, we are also in this era of web3 with you guys. And you know that I myself like I joined web3, like it's been my fourth year now, and it's like a journey of a flowers for me, like usual. I enjoy my work a lot. It's been a pleasure to see all the great communities I'm working with here. I make a lot of new friends, and here the main thing is which I always say that change make me more consistent to do the work. It's like web3 make me to look the positive sides of my personality, like it's just give me a lot of other benefits as well. And when we see this great projects, like a lot of ladies are doing such a great projects, like my friend Tracy is like she's the founder of Bay Apps. Nala NFT, Nala is like also amazing, like doing a lot of work for the pets, especially for cats. And you know that these kind of women, especially in web3, are a role model for every woman around. And I'm so blessed to have you, like to be in the space and listen to these amazing ladies. And it's such a player. And you guys know that I always say that the motivator behind the scenes, like Crypt Fam Radio hosts this space to acknowledge the power of the woman, like what we are doing in Web3, and we appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah, we appreciate you as well, Jennifer. Thank you so much for popping up and verbalizing your support. Yeah, we definitely we need to definitely show more when it comes to showcasing women in Web3 doing amazing work. And this is the space for that, you know. So every week we profile a different woman in Web3 doing amazing work. So yeah, thank you so much for chiming in. And yeah, we actually do a Q&A time later with the profile. So if you wanted to ask Zone Tech a question, you can as well. And feel free to stay up on the speaker panel if you would like as well. And yeah, it's good to hear from you. I flicked you a follow there as well. But anyway, Zone Tech, back to you. I wanted to hear more. I wanted to go back to your art, specifically photography, and the genre of photography that you started to explore in architecture. So there's a lot of, you know, my background is actually in photojournalism. I went to school, worked at different newspapers and magazines. So, you know, telling a story through images is my forte, but I feel like architecture photography, I feel like that's a whole nother level and something that I'd really be interested to know more about, of what got you passionate about this specific genre. Because honestly, I feel like it takes a lot of math, you know. I feel like a lot of math is involved. I don't know, you know, but I'd love to hear more about kind of your passion behind the genre of photography that you chose. Thank you.
Yeah, first and foremost, Jennifer beautifully said. Thank you so much for coming up and having the confidence to speak. Definitely, any way I can help and support you on your journey. I actually followed you as well. I would love to definitely do that. So when it comes to architectural photography, I focus specifically on buildings. I've always, okay, so my mom is in interior and construction. She's always been in that space. So I have always kind of been around constructions, been around buildings, or looking at the floor plans, or just really seeing the execution of how to put together a space and really the build up for it. And I've always had a very deep love and really an infatuation with buildings. Just looking at it and just asking so many questions as to how was it, built, and really how can you make it your own space, and um, having different levels and different colors and different shapes, and just really seeing how you can really craft and create something out of nothing, honestly, from the drawing board or from a piece of paper. So for me, I've always been into looking at different buildings and just being like, wow, like that is so amazing. And when I started photographing buildings, I actually started in New York City. I would actually go around Midtown Manhattan and also Soho, and I would just capture the different buildings around. And just looking at the uniqueness, looking at the quality, looking at even some of them in its rougher states. But honestly, just looking at how can I tell the story of this building? How can I put my own twist and really put my own imagination to seeing what this building can become? And I love geometric shapes. I love looking at colors. I feel like colors, it just brings so much life into something. It's great too when you look at black and white, of course, but like when you see different colors that's really implemented into a building, or the details of whether it's the window panels or the actual glass, the type of glass that's being used, the metals. So it's like you get to really see the nuances of how a building is formed, and then different ways through your camera on how you can angle it. So for me, I have always just had a deep passion, and just being able to look up and see a building and say, wow, like, okay, I want to photograph it this way. I've always had an eye when it comes to just looking at a different angle, and being able to actually remix it into my art. It's just been such a beautiful way to really showcase my artwork. But it definitely took me time. Like, I didn't have it figured out. Like, I didn't know that this was something that I wanted to do when I was younger. I was so open because, when you're young, you're like, oh yeah, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a lawyer, or I want to be a flight attendant, or I want to be a model, or I want to, you have all of these different aspirations. And, it just kind of just came to me. I just looked at it, and I looked at all of the different photos that I photographed, and I got a lot of good feedback. And to me, I started just looking around and seeing different ways that I can actually put just my photographs out there. So not even like my digital artwork is newer, which is the fractal gate as you see above, or the origami nexus, or even the mech totems. Those are all of this year. But the photos that I've had these photos since 2015. So, for me, it's like being able to go in now and kind of remix it and manipulate it, and just create all of these different characters has been such a whirlwind, because it allowed me to really see, like, okay, this is something that I'm confident in. This is something that I actually want to do. And I have a love and a passion for just, looking at a building and photographing it. And I'm one of those, like, I'll walk in the street, and if I see a building, or if I see an angle that I like, I'll photograph it. Like, I will stop and photograph it. And sometimes it could be annoying, because it's like, okay, who's this crazy woman in the middle of the street, or in the street on the sidewalk, trying to get this angle? It's just a building. And it's like, to you it's a building, but to me it's an opportunity of so many different ways that I can tell this story. So yeah.
Beautiful, Zone Tech. Thank you so much. I see Shiny has her hand up. Shiny, what's on your mind? Oh, might just be stuck there. False alarm. Shiny, are you there? Paging, Shiny. All right. Well, we'll come back to Shiny. She may be frozen in time. We're going to rotate. back to Zone Tech. Appreciate the new listeners that popped in. I see you, fam. Stormborn Media was seeing her at a Thanos space last night. That was pretty cool. And then we got Harley Quinn as well. Look at all these amazing Web3 women gracing us with their presence. And then old Stella here just decided to go on my lap. She was like, "Oh, you don't need the phone. You don't need the phone, fam. I know. Anyway, back to the interview. Jennifer's got her hand up, I think. Jennifer, you got a question for Zone Tech?
No, Zontex actually Zontech actually explained everything so well, so well. So I don't have any questions because that when someone explaining things in that much depth and we are just listening to the stuff very carefully, no needed question. And yes, I just raise my hand for the Queen Harley. Like, she is amazing. Queen Harley is just love. Like, she is inspiration for me, for sure. Like, whatever she is doing for the community, she is also in Banana Union, also in other great communities, and she is like phenomenal. That I always say that these kind of ladies are like over inspiration when we are in Web3. We are looking into these kind of women. We are looking at what they are doing. Like, for myself, like, I am also, oh my god.
Yes, I
Like,
totally
yeah,
understand.
sorry. Like my yeah, I just drop out. Yeah, for myself, like, I was also in Web3 and I do a lot of stuff, but that when you are like looking around, that, oh my god, people like you and they are doing a lot of stuff more than you, and it's just keep you motivated all the time. And Queen Harley is one of those. I love you, Queen Harley. You know this very well. We love you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I see we got Stormborn up here to the speaker panel. What's up, Stormborn? GM? Happy Wednesday.
Thank you. Happy Wednesday. Had a blast night last night. Thank you, everybody for who did show up. And by the way, I wouldn't be here in Web3 without Miss Harley. She's the one who's been guiding me all the way. You wouldn't have had my music without her or anything. So y'all can thank that woman right there for my existence in here.
Is Miss
That's
Miss
amazing,
Harley
fam. Oh,
Jennifer?
Shiny's back. Shiny.
Yeah,
Are you there,
I was
fam?
making a post.
Shiny.
Hi, Stormborn. I've not been active. I'm not like very, very strong. Sorry. I was making a post when you called. Sorry.
No
Is
worries,
Miss
fam.
Ali? Is Miss Harley Jennifer?
Yes, they're here. They're in the
Wow.
speaker lounge. Yes.
Aw. Yeah, that was why I raised my hand earlier because I see she's an amazing person and you know she has that vibe of women supporting women, shouting them out, and she was really amazed. And yeah, she showed up. She said something nice, and I really love to like connect with real people. But yeah, so shout out to you. Mia. Thank you for bringing Stonebone also to the space. She's an amazing woman I've met in the space with her lovely voice, her creativity. It's so nice to connect with new, amazing women doing great things in this space. Zone Tech with her heart, Stumble with her music. I know Miss Jennifer with her, like, I'll surely get to like know you have shoot you follow so that I can follow you around. I've seen amazing women in this space and I'm always like pushed to like do more, learn more, and explore more in the space. So you also be like a good rep for women in this space. So shout out to you all and shout out to Crypto Farm Radio for always holding this amazing space. It's always nice. Like I said, I'll always show my support and like me and him can be stubborn in our DMs. Well surely we are always good every time and shout out to you. Really, really appreciate God of mercy. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiny. Appreciate it. And Harlequin, welcome to the stage. GM, happy Women Wednesday or Web3 Women Wednesday. How are you today, fam?
I'm doing great. I felt like I couldn't not pull up on the stage after getting so many flowers thrown at me from up on the stage. So thank you, ladies. I greatly appreciate it. And I love you both. I also know Nala NFT very well. That's my bestie, who was just in here up on your stage. So yeah, I make my way around Web3 quite a bit. I'm actually one of the only women in quite a few male-based communities, and I changed those communities for the better. And now they're all like, "Oh, well, can you bring some more women on the team? Because you're helping so much, and it's great. It's great to actually be noticed
Don't let her
as a woman in Web3."
don't let her fib to you. She's got more man attitude than most of the men in some of those communities too.
No, that's called bitchitude. We do it right.
But yes, I appreciate the women in Web3, and I want more women to notice that they are important. So that's a big goal of mine, and I love that Storm has found her voice in Web3 since meeting me. And me and Jennifer have become very close and are now Mad Banana Union buddies. And she's going to be helping me mold the Mad Banana Union team now. So yeah, definitely a women of Web3 Wednesday kind of girl.
Thank you so much, Harlequin, for coming up and sharing. And yeah, like you were getting so many flowers. It wasn't even your profile today, fam. So I'm not sure what is going on. But yeah, we may have to get you next Wednesday, Harlequin, or the Wednesday after. We'll nail it down. We'll talk in the DMs. But yeah, definitely appreciate the support as always, supporting other Web3 women doing amazing work. This is what the space is about. So, diversity is key. That's what we found. And I've noticed, yeah, we definitely get a lot more women listeners over here on our shows, which is awesome, I think, maybe because we celebrate them so much, so we attract them, right? Yeah, it's great marketing, right, fam? So, absolutely love that. We're slowly building. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, to Zone Tech about her art, please raise your hand. And I want to get back to the interview though. Absolutely love the pause
I
the
would
break. So what's up, Jen or
I
Harlequin?
I would like to throw Zonette some flowers because I was looking at her art while she was talking, and it's very beautiful, and I love architecture. So like I totally understand what you mean by like molding it, because the person that created that building was making it into an art piece themselves. So you finding that finished product and making it your own kind of art is something super special. So I would definitely like to get back to what you're doing and how you're building it, because that's super awesome. I live in a lot of big cities lately, so there's a lot of big buildings and very nice. I live in Las Vegas, so there's a lot of architecture out here.
Amazing, fam. Yeah, Zone Tech. Why don't we get back to the questions? Have you been to Vegas recently? And also, what cities have you been to, and what cities would you like to explore in the future? That's a good question.
Yeah, awesome question. So I haven't been to Vegas most recently, but I have been to Vegas in my life. Um, I have, let's see. So I recently just got back from Dubai. This year alone, I actually traveled through Egypt. Um, I started in, well, first off, I started in Rome because I had a 14-hour layover, and that was really nice because I got to go and see the Colosseum. So I actually have a photo of the Colosseum as well. And then from there, I went to Cairo, and I drove, got an Uber. I drove from Cairo to Luxor. So I was able to stop by neighboring towns, and then I photographed some of the buildings there as well. So I'm actually excited to drop those projects as well. I'm just in the process of organizing and putting it together. From there, I went from Luxor to Hurghada. Then from Hurghada, I went back to Cairo. I was gonna go to Alexandria this time, but it was just so much going on, especially with the protests that was happening earlier this year, and having different um, people come from the Palestinians come from Israel to land in Egypt. So it was a little rocky, but I couldn't necessarily finish my Egyptian trip. So I ended up going to Dubai, and then from Dubai or from Abu Dhabi, I went to Dubai, then Saraja, and then I finished off in Dubai. But I've been to quite a few different cities. New York, Los Angeles, Florida, or like Miami, Coral Gables, North Miami, West Palm. I've been to Beijing. Um, I've been to Hong Kong, um, Ibiza, Barcelona, Madrid, Costa Rica, um, Paris, London, Panama. Geez, I've been to um, Colombia. So I've been to quite a few different places, and I have so many different photos of just different buildings in those different locations. I plan actually on going to Japan. I definitely want to go to Japan. I'm really excited about that. So I've been kind of like planning and just like organizing that. So I'm really excited about that. I don't want to drop any dates yet because I don't want to jinx myself, because I was supposed to go last year and I ended up not doing it. So I just want to kind of wait. But I just want to travel as much as possible. I definitely want to go to Morocco. Morocco has some beautiful, beautiful architecture. Turkey as well. I've heard Saudi Arabia, excuse me, has some amazing places. Kuwait, obviously different places in Europe, whether it's Greece or Sweden or Germany, Russia. Um, so yeah, I mean, I have like a slew of different places I definitely want to go. Um, so yeah, but definitely when it comes to architectural photography and just art in general, it has been such an eye-opening experience in connecting with different people. And you know, I'm really privileged and happy to be on this space. This is such a beautiful space to open up doors for more women in Web3. I'm such a champion when it comes to girl power. When Shiny initially hit me up and told me about the space and just really extended an arm, I thought that was so beautiful of her. Just kind of being that guiding light and really showing me different ways that I can communicate and really just talk to different women within this space, because again, it could be very intimidating being in a more dominated space and then having to kind of find your voice, and not necessarily, come in with like a aggressive or like a masculine tone, but just like come in a way where it's like, okay, like I'm looking at your artwork, I see what you're doing, I see your community, I see how you're building this out. I want to get behind it because of your talent. So I love the fact that having spaces and opportunities like this to really talk to different women within Web3, to really put spotlight and showcase different women that are actually making noise within this space, because we're here for a long time. And I'm always open to collaborate and connect, and really help any way that I can. I feel like this is a space for everybody. I feel like this is a space that is continuing to grow. There's so many people in Web2 who do not know about any of these tokens or the blockchain or any of these different NFTs and stuff like that. Of course, we heard about it in 2020, but it's like we're actually seeing the longevity of so many people that stayed consistent, and we're seeing how certain things are coming into fruition for all of them. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Zone Tech. I really appreciate your thorough answer. And yeah, definitely would love to collaborate on the back end as well. I think I'm actually due to Miami in a few months. So after I get done running up in the mountains and stuff, it starts to get cold in about a month or so, month and a half. So I'll probably make my way. Actually, I have family down in Florida, and I'm from Florida. I actually grew up there. So over in the Panhandle, over near Pensacola. So a little bit different part of Florida, but no, I still love South Florida. I've been meaning to go down to the Keys. I feel like the Keys is calling my name. That's one of the few
It's
places
so beautiful.
I haven't been yet. So, sorry. Oh, who's talking? Sorry.
Dumbass.
It's so beautiful in the Keys. I was
Oh,
born and raised in Florida as
oh, you
well.
were. Oh, cool. What part? The
Yes.
Keys, or where did you grow up?
Well, I was born and raised in Cape Canaveral, where the space shuttles go off,
Okay. Okay.
Kennedy Space Center,
Uh huh.
and basically the whole Central Coast. But I've literally lived all around because I grew up there, so I literally lived all the way down to Miami. But I vacationed to the Keys a few times. Never really much of a North Florida kind of person. But Florida's fun. Florida's definitely fun. And Zone Tech, you've gone so many places. I'm so jealous of your travels. Holy crap, that was like a long list. But Japan is a great one to want to venture to. Out of all of the lists that you gave, that's a good goal. I like that.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm not from Florida, but I've been to the Keys, extremely beautiful. So definitely lucky that you were born there. I really wish I was. But I love Florida. I would not. I'm originally from New York. I would not move back under any circumstances. I don't care. I would not move back. I love Florida. Florida is such an open, beautiful place. And the weather, like you really can't beat the weather. And that's another thing too. Like upon my travel, so I was originally at the beginning of the year, I was going to move to Dubai. So I actually packed up everything, I put it in storage. I looked into jobs. I reached out to a couple of people through LinkedIn, and I was actually in the process of moving there. And because of my experience of Egypt and Dubai, I just realized first off, it's too hot, it doesn't rain. There's a lot of cultural differences. There's also religious differences, and it's not. It just doesn't give that same kind of like energy, if that makes sense. Like I feel like here you can be whatever you want to be, and you can go outside and you're not necessarily judged or looked down upon, or it's a certain type of freedom. And when I was considering coming back to the States, I looked at California and I looked at Florida. Now I did live in California too because I went to college out there, but Florida to me, you can't beat it. The coastline, the people, the food, the culture, the fusion. It's so beautiful. And when I saw that they have such a big art space that's really dedicated towards artists, I was like, this is it. Like I will do whatever it takes to really make it here, come up with a game plan, the whole nine, because you just can't beat it. And the ownership that you receive here, it's remarkable. So if any of you in the crowd has never been to Florida, and really any part, whether it's Orlando or Tampa or Miami or the Keys or Coral Gables, wherever it is, even West Palm, Jupiter, it is beautiful. Juno Beach, it is so beautiful. So it's like if you can really, really like come here, um, and really experience that Floridian lifestyle, you probably wouldn't want to leave. So yeah.
Definitely, Zone Tech. Thank you so much for that answer. Also, I wanted to say something. Oh, right, Japan. I went to Japan last year. Yeah, I would love to absolutely go back. It's definitely a game changer. I think it is like the largest city in the world, if I'm not mistaken, right? Tokyo. So, yeah, I think you would probably go there every year, probably until you die. I don't know. You may just move there, honestly. I feel like that would be your vibe. But you never know, fam. You never know. They actually do need more people to live there. they have a depopulation problem, so you may need to help them out, fam. You may need to help them out. But anyway, we're gonna keep rolling along this amazing whirlwind of an interview, fam. Let me tell you, it's crazy. I absolutely love it, though. I absolutely love my co-host Shiny. Thank you so much again for co-hosting our Web3 Women Wednesday space and for locating Zone Tech and bringing her on stage here for us to profile her for Crypto Fam Radio. I think this is really cool. It's definitely a really great space. I love doing these Wednesday spaces, and yeah, we're definitely gonna be bringing them back. We're gonna do another Web3 Women next Wednesday as well. So definitely keep that's the alpha for next Wednesday, fam. That's the alpha. But Zone Tech, I'd love to hear more about your future projects. What do you, I guess, like, what are you currently working on? We kind of got through that. You're just like looking into galleries right now, emailing them, doing that admin work, being proactive with your art, promoting it, which is great. But I feel like, what projects are you currently working on, like passion projects within photography? When I was going to school and learning more about photography, I always was like, you can run that business, but if you're going to run a photography business, make sure it's something that people are going to pay you for. I'm like, okay, great. Don't be that starving artist. But at the same time, if you really enjoy what you do, right, which is photography, and you should have a passion project, right, like something on the side that doesn't necessarily make you money, but it fuels your passion. So I've always done that with my photography, starting wedding photography, did that for about 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half before I got burnt out. And yeah, it's not for everyone, fam. But on the side, I did little side like hustles, you could say, or personal projects that I was able to create art and sell it and actually make a little bit of money from that, fam. So I'd love to hear what passion projects you got going on, Zone Tech. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Currently, I actually just dropped a project that's called Fractal Gate. It was a building that I photographed in Abu Dhabi, and I ended up turning it into these phase walkers. And this is something that's really, like, compared to the rest of my projects, I really appreciate this one because I put movement into it. So this is actually the first time that you're actually getting to see movement within the actual printed art. So I'm really excited about that. I have another project that's called Archibot. That was a photograph of a building, or of a hotel, an old hotel in Hurghada, and that's actually something that I'm currently working on for Ton. Really excited about that project because, again, that's going to be basically more geared towards that. Um, I do have another collaborative project. I can't get into too many details, but it's with a pretty popular XRPL artist, literally in the works of creating and just putting together. So I can't wait to drop that and really drop the details when it comes to that art piece. And then besides that, I've just honestly been working on my portfolio. So I used to have a website, and my website was kind of like all over the place. So now what I'm doing is I'm having it where it's a lot more tailored and geared towards my digital art. Obviously showing the photography, as well as the back end of like my behind the scenes and stuff like that. But from a lot of the different curators and these art directors that I've been speaking to, they've been telling me that in order to really be recognized within the space, especially to be established as an actual artist, you need a very strong, solid portfolio, as well as you have to have a good digital print. So again, consistency on X, consistency on Instagram, if you have that, consistency on any of these social platforms, showing up in the space. So for example, if they are having art galleries or they're having openings, really make it a mission to come in person and talk to these different artists and talk to these different people, excuse me. Also, too, another tip that was given to me, and I highly recommend if you are artists out there and you specifically are focused on digital art, try to break out and look at ways that you can make your artwork or make your work in a physical way. So currently, as I said before, the company that I work for, we're going to have a mixer event, and it's going to be to different interior designers, architects, people in construction, and I'm in charge of basically putting the swag bags together, emailing the whole nine. And it gave me an idea. I asked them, since I'm a digital artist and a photographer, and I love to photograph buildings, I would love to actually put my one of my pieces into this swag bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a postcard. It's going to be a front and back, the front of the actual photograph of the building that I took, and then the digital piece of how I morphed it together. And I'm going to put that in each swag bag. Now, this is another way to get kind of in the know with these different agencies and different people, because those little small gestures and takeaway, and of course, it's an investment. You know, it's that's another thing too. When you're investing into your art and you're investing into your talent and your work, it's going to cost money. However, the payoff is going to be so good, because again, you are literally investing into your future. So for me, when I put my postcards into these different swag bags, I never know who's going to hit me up and say, you know what, hey, I'm an architect. I have my county is, let's say, West Palm or Palm Beach Gardens. I would love for you to come and photograph this building, you know, make some kind of art piece out of it. And then I would love to actually hang it up in the building, in the hotel, or in the residential building. So for me, I'm trying to think of different innovative ways that I can put Zone Tech really out there and tell a story within a story. And for me, I also too, I had the privilege of going to, as I said earlier, to Raffles, Dubai. I photographed a building back in 2023. I ended up walking away with a business card. So I'm actually in the works, or I'm talking to the marketing manager from Raffles Dubai, figuring out a way how I can put my art piece in their hotel. So it's like little things like that, taking a risk, putting yourself out there, making those investments. You just never know. And you know, the beautiful thing is that as I continue to grow within this space and really learn within this space, I love to connect with different people. I love to share resources. I love to share information. Information is so key. Staying up, being on spaces, listening to different spaces and different people talk about their experiences and how you can apply it. You take those little nuggets and those little gems and you apply it to your own artwork. So for me, like, I always love the innovation of things, and really having this opportunity to network specifically with these architects and these curators. That's something that I'm really, really happy for. So the future for Zone Tech is definitely to be in Art Basel. I would love to showcase my pieces there. That is definitely the goal. But also to team up with these different architects, team up with these different interior designers, and start putting my artwork in their places. So yeah.
Definitely beautiful, fam. Definitely appreciate that thorough answer. And yes, I would also like to be at Art Basel to meet you and to do a quick interview of you and your piece that we will be viewing together IRL. I already see it, fam. I already see it. It's been coded. It's been coded. Seriously, fam. Definitely, we got about 20, maybe 25 minutes left before we rug the space, fam. So Usually now is our Q&A time, but people have been asking random questions throughout the space. But yes, if anyone would like to ask Zone Tech a question, now is the time. You can raise your hand and we'll get to the questions. I want to go to Shiny real quick. Make sure she's still alive. Shiny, how's it going, fam? Did you have any more questions you wanted to ask Zone Tech? Shiny? Shiny? Let's see if she answers. Sometimes she's there. Sometimes. Paging Shiny. Shiny. Okay. Well, co-hosts, they're overrated anyway, fans. Let's be real. It's the host that brings this show together. But definitely appreciate Shiny for being here, being a placeholder for all Web3 women, right? So anyway, Zone Tech, I have a few more questions before I rug the space. And if anyone else wants to pop up and request the mic, you can as well. But Zone Tech, I'd love to hear a typical day in the life of Zone Tech. Like, what's your day to day? How are you so productive and so passionate and just so on every single day? That must be a chore, fam. I want to hear that.
Yeah, it's I'm not gonna lie, it could be exhausting. Again, as I told you before, like I literally just got from Dubai a week ago, so or a little less than a week ago. So the time zones, just getting back into work, like past couple of days I haven't been on X as much as I wanted to because I've just been bombarded with different tasks that I need to complete. Like even now, like I'm on the space, but I'm also working at the same time too. So like I'm like multitasking. But it could be exhausting. But I understand if you put in the sacrifice and you put in the work now, you just never know where that's gonna lead you. So a day to day for me honestly is besides like obviously wake up, brush my teeth, shower, breakfast, come in on the spaces. That's like I don't even listen to music anymore. I get on the spaces as if it's like a podcast. And I just listen to different people's experiences. And then while doing that, I'll do a good morning tweet. I'll go on my different platforms. I'll put up a post. I'll even put up an artwork, and then I'm immediately working and just going back and forth. So it could be really challenging at times, but like I said before, I try to keep in mind that everything happens for a reason. It's all about patience, consistency, and doing what you can. So
Definitely, fam. Patience and consistency are both key for sure. And yeah, just building that routine and keep showing up for yourself. That definitely goes a long way. So I want to hear, are you doing any reading recently, like books at all? What are some books that have inspired you? I feel like you're a big reader, fam.
yes. This is like a classic, but The Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. The way that he broke down just different ways to have these different affirmations in your life and apply it, and really be impeccable with your words. Know when to speak, know how to speak, know when something is too much, know when it's not. Just really having patience with yourself, being kind to yourself. I'm really big on self-help books. I feel like it's kind of like a gateway to, or like a cheat code in life as an adult, because the older that we become, the more we're like, we don't feel as accomplished, because we're not doing enough, or we're not putting in the work that we should. But reading books like that, it honestly humbles me. It allows me to really take a step back and have reflections on just where I want to be in life, how I want to achieve certain things, where I want to go. So that's a really, really big one to me. I'd also say Rich Dad Poor Dad. I mean, I know that's like a cult classic. So many people have read that. But I mean, what he said, a lot of the information that was interpreted was definitely correct. It's all about the mindset. So being able to have that mindset of switching gears, you're not a poor man or a rich man. It's just the mindset, and knowing how to be resourceful and knowing how to utilize the things that you have around you is really big. So yeah. But I plan
Definitely, fam. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I plan on actually getting, it's so crazy that you brought that up. I plan on actually getting more in or back into reading, just due to the fact that now that I'm stationed, I have so many books, like so many different books. So I plan on really like getting that back into my everyday, because also too it's a way to unlock certain words, certain terms, certain vocabulary. So yeah.
Yes, books. Books are key, fam. Let me tell you, that's the alpha right there. It's the secret. If you read every single day, you will be a not only better communicator, but you'll be a better writer. You'll be more versed in the art of communication, but also you will be a more confident speaker as well. And when you read, the more you read, it's funny too, because I feel like I've been a speed reader now. Like I try not to go too fast, but fam, I've been like a week, so I build that in my morning routine. So yeah, I'm a big book reader myself, Zone Tech, and everyone should be. If you want to go that extra mile and be that person that you want to be, right? I feel like we all have that vision, right? That vision of who we want to be. We just have to get there, right? And it's the journey, right? It's not the destination, but along that journey, sometimes we run awry, right? Sometimes we quit, we fall down, right? And we have to get back up. We have to learn that quitting is not a bad thing. Quitting is actually really a good thing, because it gives us time to reassess, right? It gives us time to identify the issues, the problems, the obstacles, the rocks in our life, and then we jump over and we try again, right? So I absolutely love it. I was going to throw out another book, since you do like self-help book, Zone Tech. I'd highly recommend Awareness by Anthony DeMeo. If you haven't heard of that book yet, definitely check it out. When I read it, I had to reread it again. That's how good it was, fam. So it's a very small book, but very powerful. So highly recommend that. I saw Jennifer had her hand up quick. I think she's got a question for you, Zone Tech. What's up, Jen?
Yeah, I just that all these type of conversation, I just want to say that it's usually my walk time after my dinner, but today I skipped the walk because I have love to listen to you guys most than my walk today. So that these type of conversations are really motivated for us all the time, and as we know that Web3 is not an easy place to stay. Like we what to do with her, like everything is so complicated when especially it's come to crypto. We have to be so much careful about our communities. We are so careful about our actions, that what we are doing. But that consistency is a key, positivity is the key. Be optimistic, and you reach your goals. And I just want to say this, that yeah, the great people like you, the great ladies in Web3, make this place a promising one for each and everyone here. And here, like, we are here to support each other, to be each other back. It is so important, like, spread love. I always say, like, people, the main problem in this generation is, like, when they see everyone is doing best, everyone is doing more than that, they just get jealous. No way, no jealousy, no jealousy. You have to appreciate it. You have to appreciate it. So hard work, everyone put their hard work in the team, everyone put hard work what they are building. So, like, we have to take it easy. We have to, like, we make the normalized things, like, we make normalized things, like, we have to appreciate it as much as we can. It is the key, it is the key. Like, we have to do this. No jealousy, no jealousy. Like, spread loves, because, like, in mostly in women the jealousy factors are a lot because of a lot of things. But no, no way. Like, I always support the women around me like this. It is so important. It's like, you guys are our motivation, you guys are over inspiration. We never let you down. Like, we have to stay at your back for everything you guys are doing. Much love.
Thank you, Jennifer. Definitely appreciate that. Much love as well. Zone Tech, is there anything that we didn't go over that you wanted to chat about before we ended this space? And that could be like, contact info, how to get in contact with you directly, or, just like Linktree maybe, so, anything that sort of thing, but just like updates or anything that I didn't cover that you wanted to talk about. Zone Tech, paging Zone Tech 123. Oh no, she may be rugging, fam. She may be rugging.
No.
Oh, nope. Okay, no, we got her back. But yeah, anything else you wanted to chat about before we rug the space, fam? Anything I missed?
I apologize. That was the gardener who's yeah. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry. Um. So the best way to get in contact with me, honestly, easily, is just DMing. I do have a link tree. The link tree has all of my collections. It has the different blockchains that I'm currently on. If you want to do a collab, I'm always open to do a collab. Definitely email me, info@zonetech.com. When it comes to collaborations, I want it to be as professional as possible, just because of the work that I put into it. Also, too, I put it on my LinkedIn. I put it on X. I also pin it in Telegram now. So like, I try to keep it as professional as possible, because I tend to connect with different professionals. So I'm definitely open to that. So if you definitely want to do a collaboration, again, my email is info@zonetech.com, and my work is on Linktree. I will be adding more. I've just been super busy and swamped with work. I'm literally working as we speak. Um, but the beautiful thing is that I'm always open, even to have a conversation, having spaces, honestly, anything, because I really feel like it's important to spread information and spread knowledge. A lot, and that's another thing too. I just want to touch on really quickly before we close out the space. But we come from a generation where a lot of information was gate kept. That people would gatekeep a lot of information because they wanted to be the only one to do it, or they wanted to be exclusive, and stuff like that. And the beautiful thing about Web3 is that there are so many different ways that you can align yourself, and you can spread information and have information bestowed onto you, because of the tools and because of the technology that we have. So I'm a huge advocate on spreading information, the right information, the correct and right knowledge, the correct and right websites and platforms to use. So then this way you can also grow, and you just never know. Like, and that's the beautiful thing too, especially when it comes to artistry. I'm an architectural photographer. You might be a website builder, and I can say, hey, like, I would love to collaborate with you, or what are your rates, or what's your quote, or whatever. And I would love for you to design my website. Or you may be a graphic designer. Oh, what kind of graphic do you do? So it's like, you just never know. And I'm like I said before, I love information. Information is like, it's a gem. It's something that is valuable. Information is the most valuable thing that you can have in your life. It's more valuable than money. It's more valuable than clothes. It's more valuable than jewelry or assets. Yes, those things are great. But when those things are taken away, or you don't have access to those things anymore, it's the information that you got to allow you to get to wherever it is that you're going, besides your vision. So thank you again so much. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you, Zone Tech. I was just gonna say, I really appreciate your time. And it sounds like you're a very busy person as well. As an artist, you kind of have to be hustling. So I totally get that, fam. And definitely resonate with a lot of your photography here and your passion for connecting with people. I was going to do a big shout out to all the artists, all the NFT artists that I've met along my journey. I actually got started back in 2021 doing spaces, and I actually used to do these big chill spaces with artists, usually artists from different countries that didn't really speak great English, so I would like kind of almost translate for them. No, I'd help promote their art essentially, right? Because I was their public speaker, right? So I did that for, I would say, about almost a year, I think 10 months or so, until I decided to take a break from Twitter for about a year and a half. Then I came back last year, but I totally resonate with all artists. And we actually brought back this art hour with Crypto Fam Radio. You may be of interest to you. If you're ever ambitious to co-host with us, that might be a way for you to show up consistently and collaborate with other artists in the space as well. But yeah, through that art hour space, we were able to talk to quite a few different NFT and NYC artists, that were premiering their photography or their illustrations or their paintings or whatever, graphical art IRL, for people to see. And I actually had a chance to interview a few of them on spaces. So definitely, absolutely love artists and want to support all of them equally. And yeah, just, it's hard, definitely, so the more promotion we can do, the better. And it definitely comes down to the artists themselves. Like I've met a lot of artists, myself included, when first starting, you don't really want to promote yourself. You don't want to market yourself. You just want to do your art, right? And that's it. But then down the road, you kind of figure out, oh, I kind of do have to do the promoting too. That kind of works. That's hand in hand almost. So it sounds like you found a nice balance, Zone Tech, in trying to figure out, the marketing side of things as well as the art side of things, and appreciating both and working and hustling at both is definitely key to becoming a great artist. To be a good artist, is like just being good at your art, right? But to be a great artist is to actually not only be great at your art, but great at promoting your art and promoting yourself, which is an extension of your art. So, it's definitely takes time. Not everyone can market themselves. Not everyone wants to market themselves. But, it's become quite apparent as the years have gone by, as social media has gotten even bigger, as crypto has gotten bigger and more bullish, way more bullish since 2021 of the NFT implosion, I would say, or explosion, or I guess depends who you are. But, NFT art is definitely here to stay and it's growing. So I'm definitely bullish for the future, fam, and I'm bullish for everyone in this space. So if you haven't followed everyone, please do. These are all the artists, all the legends in the space. Thank you to all the speakers here and all the listeners as well. I see you, the tech. We got D Leo over here. We got political knowledge and Rav as always. Send you a heart, Rav. I've seen Rav so many times. He's a real one. Let me tell you. You follow Rav. I don't think I've ever heard him speak once, but he's always listening. So you gotta throw it up to Rav. We got Harley Quinn as well. Really appreciate Stormborn Media, and then Jennifer, and then also my co-host Shiny. I was gonna come back to Shiny real quick to see if she had any last words, but I'm not sure if she's in the imperceptible rugging or shiny testing shiny. Let me see if she's gonna shiny. Oh, she is
Yeah,
here. Shiny, yes. Do you want to say any last words before we rug the space, Shiny? Appreciate you being here.
yeah. I want to say the first appreciations for all the listeners. Thank you all for coming, and thank you all for listening into the space. Yeah. Then I want to say amazing shout out to Zone Tech for coming to the space. Yeah, it's very nice to see you show up on the space and also telling us about your story, what you do and your experience so far, and even collaborations that can even come in. It's so nice, and you just want to say keep doing it, and you going like more far place in this life. Your heart is amazing, creative. It solves problem. It's very like distinctive from everyone. So I believe in you, and I know a lot also believe in you. So shout out to you and keep it up. So to the amazing ladies also we have on the space today, Stonebone Media, shout out to you, the amazing voice artist you're on the space. Yeah, we surely will be hosting Stonebone one day. And then shout out to you, Jennifer. Yeah, nice meeting you, and an amazing supportive woman in the space. I'm trying to add you to a women group. Yeah, but I couldn't add you. So shout out to you guys, and see you all later. Shout out to the host. Thank you for hosting the space, and let's keep it going. Origin, Origin, shout out to you too. You are really amazing. So thank you all, and see you on the next spaces. Yeah, mic down, mic drop.
Thank you, Shiny. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you shooting over Zone Tech over to us for the interview. So first time knowing Zone Tech, and yeah, really exciting about this interview and about that it was recorded, so I could put it up on the podcast later, fam. That's right. Crypto Fam Radio has a podcast. You can find us on Spotify. And there's all our pre-recorded episodes that I'm steadily working on, slowly but surely. But yes, fam, definitely check it out on our link tree. Appreciate everyone rocking out for Web3 Women Wednesdays. Big shout out to Zone Tech as well. If you're not following her, tapping in to what she's got going on, you're missing out, fam. She's on XRP over xrp.cafe. Absolutely love that NFT marketplace. And I think Jen's got one last thing before we get out of here, fam. So, Jen, what's going on?
Yeah, I just want to say that we are celebrating our 1 year anniversary. Like I am the team lead in Popular, and today is my 1 year is completing there, and we are celebrating that. So I just pin up my post in the Jumbotron. Guys, please go and show some love.
Awesome, fam. Yes, we'll definitely check it out. Popular Mint is live, fam. 1 year anniversary of Jen. Appreciate you
Yeah,
for going up.
on
Yes, I see
Jumbotron.
that. I do see that here. Yeah, awesome. We'll check it out, fam. Appreciate it. And also appreciate you, Zone Tech. Did you want to say anything before we get out of here, or are you good to go?
Yes, thank you guys so much for allowing me again to come into the space and to share my story, to share my journey. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. This is again such an amazing opportunity, and I'm deeply honored and very humbled. So thank you so much. I look forward to connecting with a lot of you as well as collaborating with you. I will definitely send you a DM to co-host. I would love that. And you know, again, thank you so much for the time from all of you, honestly. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Zone Tech. Appreciate everyone for supporting Crypto Fam Radio Web3 Women Wednesday. We'll see ya next week for another Web3 Women profile. But in the meantime, check out Tricky Space tomorrow, and then our Catterday Space, Chill and Chill on Saturday. I mean, Catterday. What am I saying? Let's go, fam.
I'm working hard for my money, so I'm tired at the end of the day. So tired. Trying hard to get out, but I can't find no other way. I just tried to get gas in my car, got declined on my payments come late, but the bill's on time. What it all comes down to, really, I'm just trying to get paid. 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 Tired of minimum wage. I'm just trying to get paid. I'm just trying to get paid. Hey yo, I show up every day and I ain't never been late. I think it's time I see a raise. My bills gotta get paid. Feel like I'm still a slave working for this minimum wage. Every penny I save,